Oh boy. Oh god, there's so much dog hair in here. And empty boxes I have to get rid of. I can't wait to just be done with this move and be fully settled in to the house and just, you know, feel like I have my life together and things in order, at least a little bit. I feel like that feeling never really lasts for long, but you know. But hi, good morning. I'm not going to be able to leave you up here for very long, but I am on my way to the salon. It's a weird week this week. Well, it's like a pretty, I guess, standard January week in the salon. Surprisingly, when I got back from my break, it was like really busy, but typically like January and February are pretty slow, at least for a lot of people in the salon world. Because, you know, like just post-holidays, everyone's just like cold, getting sick, feeling blah, broke from all the holiday spending. So this week I was supposed to have like a normal booked week, but then one by one, a few of my clients had to cancel or reschedule because they got sick or something came up or whatever. So now I really only have like 2 normal fully booked days. So it's kind of like a half week. But today I am pretty busy. I have 4 clients coming in today. So it'll be good to just kind of knock this out because I didn't work yesterday since I opened up my schedule on Saturday this week. So I blocked off Tuesday. So just getting like the busiest day done and over with first. But it's been rough the last few days. At the end of the last vlog, I told you guys how I was like feeling kind of run down and weird and like my body was fighting something off. The first half of that day I felt fine and I thought, oh, okay, I think I'm in the clear. But then I started to feel weird again later on, and it was just kind of like that where I would feel a little bit weird, but then it would stop and then I would feel fine, and then it would like creep up on me again. So I don't know. And then I started my period and I don't know if you can tell, I tried my best to kind of conceal it with my lip color today. That's also why my lips are like, if they look obnoxiously overlined, that's why. But I had woke up Monday morning with a cold sore for the first time in like 10 years. So I was like, oh, fun. So the last few days I've just been home getting computer work done, but like leaving the house as little as possible and just trying to like rest. Of course, today is day 2 of my period, which is always the worst one for me. So I'm feeling very crampy and bloated and uncomfortable. So I'm gonna utilize my stool at work as much as possible today so I can sit and be kind of scrunched up a little bit. But wish me luck. Stranger Things. What was his name? Excuse me. Thank you. Sink is here. So here's how it looks. Just a single bowl, white quartz, and it's gonna be deeper than the sink I have now because don't mind the dishes, but yeah, the sink I have now is 6 inches deep. This one's gonna be 9, so it'll be deeper, and then obviously won't have this annoying separation in the middle. And then this stuff came yesterday, my garbage disposal and my new faucet. I got gold so that it would match with the gold hardware that I put, you know, the new gold knobs on the cabinets. Hopefully I can get that done within the next few weeks, and it'll be so nice to have the new sink. It'll be a lot more functional and practical, and also the main reason why I am replacing the sink now is because it leaks on the one side. So literally one side of the sink I just can't even use. So it'll be good to have a fully functioning sink that just looks nicer and is easier to work with and all that. It's funny because, you know, once you're a homeowner and as things need to be worked on, fixed, replaced, all of that, you just start to learn so much about things that you never knew anything about before. Like, I've done so much research on sinks over the last few weeks. And obviously I've only ever rented before, so I've had garbage disposals in places. I knew a little bit about them and how they work and how to take care of them and stuff, but like never really paid much attention to like what it looked like or knew anything about how much they cost or how they need to be installed and that kind of thing. And like even with the sink, you don't realize like how many options there are. I have lots of leftovers. I had made some meat sauce with ground turkey a couple nights ago, so I think I'm just gonna have that with some angel hair because that's very fast. This only has to cook for like 3 minutes. And tomorrow I actually don't have any clients because, like I said, a bunch of people got sick this week. So I just moved people around, and now I'm just gonna have the day off tomorrow, which will be good. So I can go back over to the apartment and I can take my curtains down because it's pretty much empty over there. The only thing that's left are my curtains. So then I can finally put the curtains up in my bedroom and just get a little more moving related stuff done. What a cute boy. We are both adjusting to life, just the two of us again. And the first few times that I left him here alone, I think because he hasn't been home alone for long periods of time in a while, and also the fact that like it's a new place that he's still getting familiar with, he freaked out a little bit and dug through the trash. But I think he is starting to adjust, and I've been putting the garbage, because it's always the kitchen garbage, I've been putting that inside the pantry, locking it in there when I leave, and hopefully he'll eventually get used to it again and I won't have to do that. Because when I first got Benny as a puppy, he never was left alone. I would bring him with me everywhere, and if I couldn't bring him, then I would just drop him off at my parents' house. So when I first moved down to North Carolina, we didn't have any family or friends for me to leave him with, and I started a new job where I could not bring him with me. That was an adjustment period. He had a lot of separation anxiety, and it was hard for me too because I would be like really anxious and nervous thinking about him being home, feeling anxious. So, you know, we've gone through this before and it'll be fine. Because then eventually he got to a point where I could just leave him home alone and he would just be loose in the apartment and was totally fine. Didn't have any issues, didn't chew anything or go through the trash or anything like that. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, I guess. Because I know a lot of people have been asking what's the deal with that, so we'll talk about it. But first I need to get out of these clothes and have dinner. We have more house updates. I just got an Amazon package. I got an Echo Show for the kitchen. Oh, I guess you can make calls on stuff on here too. It has a little camera on the top, which is kind of creepy. I have an Alexa in the house and it's in the living room, and I love playing podcasts and music and stuff from it, and it's nice for like setting timers and stuff. And I like having it in the living room because it's nice and central. So if I'm in my room I have people over, I want to play music, it makes sense to have it out there. But because the kitchen is separate from the living room, I have to like go out into the hall and like yell in order for it to hear me. And then I have to have the volume turned up a lot so that I can hear it from the kitchen. So I thought I'll just get another one to keep in the kitchen. But I'm trying to figure out where I want to put this. It could look cute over in this corner, maybe. Like if I put it in here, let's see. Or I could move this bowl. I could put it on top of these cookbooks. But originally I was thinking, I mean, it's a mess in here, and don't mind, like I'm waiting for the sink to get replaced before I really finish organizing it in here. But I was picturing just putting it like over here in front of this outlet and moving the kettle to the coffee bar in the dining room. But now that I see how small it is, I'm like, that would look really random just placed there. So I think I might leave it there. I think that works well. This is another thing that was in my Amazon package. These throw pillow covers. A hack. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's really a hack. It's, I think, kind of common sense. Rather than buying new throw pillows, just get throw pillow covers. That way you don't end up with these extra pillows that are just taking up space or that you have to get rid of. And whenever you want to swap out the color or the style for the season or anything like that, you just change the color. So this is the cover that was on them originally. And then, yeah, I got these from Amazon. A nice earthy green, which ties in nicely with the new chairs and the rest of the colors in the room. I'll show you guys tomorrow in the natural light. Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. It is absolutely beautiful outside. I just went to Pilates and then I stopped at my apartment. I got another Amazon package that just arrived. I don't know why this didn't just come with the stuff that got delivered yesterday because I ordered it all together, but this is the drying rack I was talking about. Whenever I wash my really large comforters or certain throw blankets that I don't like to put in the dryer, and I can just hang it on here. Because you know, like the really big bulky comforters, sometimes you have to run them like 3 times for them to dry all the way. It's like, what a waste of electricity. Beautiful, nice and simple, Amazon basic. And then I love that it folds down really small and flat, so I am just gonna keep this folded up and like tucked to the side of my dryer in the laundry closet, and then just bust it out when I need to use it. I don't know why I didn't get one of those a long time ago. Better late than never. And I stopped at Starbucks. I decided to treat myself on my way home from Pilates. I am obsessed with the pistachio flavor that they have there right now. Since I don't have work today, I just want to get some more little things done around the house. I definitely want to go around and clean. Everything could use a good like wipe down, dusting, floors need to be vacuumed. I have some laundry that I need to do. I want to hang up the curtains in my bedroom. And I also want to rotate the area rug that's under my bed, which, you know, should be like a quick little easy thing, but because my bed is so heavy and I have all that stuff underneath it, I'm gonna have to like take all that out, take the mattress off so that I can pull the rug out, flip it. It's gonna be a whole thing. Let me show you. Okay, you can kind of tell. The rug, I think this is a 9x12, I want to say. Don't quote me, I've had it for many years. But when they put it in here, you know, they asked me if I just wanted it centered, but I didn't realize the bed. Like, I thought I wanted the bed centered along this wall, but because the door is right here, if it's like truly centered, I don't know, like it still fits. It's not like the door hits it or anything, but it's just a little too close. So it makes more sense to have it be pushed over to the side a little bit. And I even could still push it a little more because there's still some space there. So I think I want to do that. And then I'll have like an awkward amount of space over here. I can figure out something to put over there just so it's not awkwardly empty. But yeah, I want to push everything over a little bit. And then I'm going to put that artwork up. But rather than like centering it on the wall, I'm going to just center it with the bed. But that's why I haven't hung it up yet, because I need the bed to be centered and in its final place so that then I know what is going to be centered with the bed. Because if I center the artwork on the wall, it's going to draw attention to the fact that the bed is off center. And I feel like it might throw the room off and look a little weird. But if I have this pushed over a little, artwork above the bed centered, and then I have something tall, like maybe some kind of, you know, faux tree situation over there, then it'll, I feel like, make it look more balanced. And then with the rug, this is not the mover's fault at all, because I didn't even really, like, I wasn't really paying attention and I didn't realize it, but the way that they put this in, you know, the rug is on a perfect square. It's a rectangle. So they put it in long ways, so it's more skinny, which is fine, but I don't know, it comes out a lot, and then it goes all the way back to the wall here, and it's just like a lot of unutilized rug space, and I feel like it just fills the room awkwardly, whereas I feel like it should be turned to the side, start like here-ish, and then come out. I just think that that would look more like professionally styled and balanced than the way it is now. Because now it's like really narrow and just comes out a tiny bit. And either way, it's not centered with the bed. So I would, you know, even still need to push it over a little bit. So, want to flip this on its side, push the bed over a smudge, then center the artwork over the bed, put that on the wall, put my curtains up. Oh, another thing I want to do, which I guess I may as well do today, I'll have the time, above the toilet in the bathroom, I want to put a shelf up there. That way I'll just have a little bit more room for storage, and that way I can put a reed diffuser on there so that the bathroom will like always smell really nice and fresh. Because I feel like with this tower and everything that's up here, I don't want it to feel too cluttered. So I think just like one shelf centered above the toilet, and then I can put extra toilet paper, which I've been keeping under here. That way it'll free up some space under the sink. Basically like how I had it in my apartment. Oh, and here's the new pillow covers, how they look in the daylight. I love them. They really are the perfect green, and it just works so well with this rug, which I already had from my last place. And then it's not the exact same shade of green as the chairs, but I think that's good because it's not like too matchy-matchy. It's very close though, in the same family for sure. So let me put that laundry to wash so I can get that started, and then we'll try to rearrange this bedroom. Okay, so here's all the stuff. Oh, God, this thing flies up so easily when there's no mattress on top. But yeah, here's all the stuff that I had underneath here. So I guess, no. I forgot I'm moving the rug. So I was gonna say I could just like shift it, it should be fine. But no, I definitely have to take all this out, flip the rug. everything back under the bed. Can you see the difference now? It just feels like it fits better. It fills out the sides more. And actually, I saw underneath on the tag, this rug is a 8x10, actually. It's even a little smaller than I thought. So, you know, all of that just for it to be 2 inches wider. But it feels a lot wider than that. I don't know. It was just one of those things that isn't a huge difference. Like if somebody had walked in here this morning and then came back later tonight, they probably would not notice a difference. But it was just the small little thing that was bothering me, and I knew it was going to just continue to bother me until I did it. So I'm glad that that is taken care of. And now that I pushed everything over a little bit, you can see the space that I have in the corner here now. So I could even put my hamper, because I used this basket as my hamper, and I had it over here in that corner, but it is a little bit squished behind the door. So like I could even put that there. I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm going to leave it there for now just because it fits and it's a little more out of the way than having it over here, because I wasn't able to like fully open the door with it there. And then, you know, we'll see in the future. I do think that having something that maybe just fills the wall in would help it feel a little more balanced, but I don't know. I'm going to put the artwork now up there and see how I feel about it. Okay, I should have like properly made my bed to give the full effect, but you know, imagine those throw pillows on there all cute and nice. But yeah, I got the curtains up. That makes it feel so much better in here. I mean, these are blackout curtains, which is very nice. So if I want to sleep in, fantastic. But also, I always say this, having curtains in a room, even if you're just planning on leaving them open all the time, but just having them up, it makes a room look so much more finished. And the shelf in the bathroom here, and I think just the one was a good call, because I do think if I had more than one, it would just look a little too busy. Very exciting. It feels like a relief to finally get that stuff done, because it's, I mean, moving the rug, that was a pain. But like hanging up the shelf, the curtains, that kind of stuff, it's easy to do, and it's really not time consuming, but it's like, I don't know, just having to do the measuring and make sure everything's even and taking all the tools out and then putting everything away. It's just like, I dread it every time. Good morning. Let me scooch over a little so you can see the real star of the show. But yeah, it's the next morning. Oh, okay. All of a sudden now he's suddenly camera shy. Okay. I don't know if it's that it's just like starting to kind of sink in, or the fact that I'm on my period this week, or if it's because I've been thinking a lot about like what I want to say, how I want to talk about this, but I've honestly felt so fine, like surprisingly unemotional altogether. Like the only emotion I've really felt in like these past few weeks has been happiness and excitement and relief and just like looking forward to the future and just like being so excited about the house and living here. And you know, I haven't felt any negative feelings, but last night I don't know, just like in my feels a little bit, and I was feeling kind of sad. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna wait till the morning because I feel like I should talk about this when I'm just, you know, in a better mood. But yeah, my boyfriend and I are no longer together. He, you know, is not living here in the house with me. That was always the intention. And I don't want to go into all of the detail because like honestly I could sit and I could give you the whole entire full story from beginning to end and all of the little details, and we could sit here for hours discussing all of that because there's a lot to it. But obviously that would just be weird to like share on the internet, and it just feels like unnecessary and inappropriate, and you know, out of also respect for him and our relationship, our history, myself, all of that. I'm not gonna get into it. There's times where I think about things and I do get upset or I get kind of angry, and depending on the moment and what I'm thinking about and how I look at it, I can feel angry for multiple different reasons. But like a lot of it comes down to myself, and I'm just like, sometimes I get frustrated with myself that I dragged something out that I knew ultimately was going to end this way and wasn't meant to be. But then I also think about the fact that like, you know, him and I have a long history. We were together for several years and then we broke up for a couple years. We got back together, did long distance for a while. And we've just been through so much together. And I also just think the timing of like when we were together in our lives, we went through a lot of like big life changes. So I think there's so much like attachment there and comfort. And I don't know, like when we broke up the first time around, I ultimately, like I knew it was the right decision at the time, but I still, like I had always said at that time, oh, we probably will end up back together though at some point. Like the door's not like fully closed, you know? I just feel like the timing, we just need some separation right now. But I do feel like he's my person, and if, you know, it's meant to be, we'll get back together, it'll, whatever. And I don't know, I was not anywhere near the headspace that I'm at now. So this time around, I just like fully, there's like no doubt in my body at all. So while yes, I could easily look back and be like, wow, you know, we were in each other's lives for so many years and then we got back together, and it just feels like in some ways, oh, you know, why I talked to my therapist about it, and she had said something about like, you know, wasting time. And like, I don't look at it that way. Like, I don't feel like any time was wasted because I obviously had to go through everything that we went through in order for me to get to this place now where I feel so truly at peace. And I don't know. I've learned so much about myself. I feel like I've grown so much throughout the last several years and through everything that happened throughout our relationship, every conversation we've had, every argument we've had, you know, for the first time, truly the first time in my entire life, because I've always been an independent person. I've always felt like, oh, I don't need to be in a relationship. Like, I'm perfectly fine being on my own. I can do everything by myself. But I always still wanted, in the back of my mind, I always still wanted a partnership. I wanted to be with someone, share my life with someone. And I was always kind of hoping and always kind of like on the lookout of like, you know, who am I going to meet? Is it going to work out? You know, like what's going to happen with that? And for the first time ever, I have zero interest in being with anyone. Like, I have no interest in dating. I have no interest in, I don't know, like even just the thought of ever like living with a person again. I'm just like, no. I love having my own space. I love having my space be clean and just have it be exactly the way I want it to be and not have anyone disturbing my peace. And I just love having my privacy and just being left alone. Like, I just want to be left alone. And just like the freedom of just being on by yourself and like not having someone to check in with. And I don't know. And maybe I will change my mind and feel differently at some point. You know, I'm sure I will. That's the beauty of being human, is that we can always change our mind. But I think I'm finally kind of coming to terms with like what I want and realizing and accepting like I don't want to have kids. I don't necessarily want like a super traditional life. Or like, you know, I'm always going to be open to whatever happens, and if something feels right and it's, you know, happens organically, great, but like I'm just not in a place where that's what I'm chasing after at all. And if anything, I'm like, you know, if someone were to come into my life, they have to be so incredibly special and be so over the top in love with me and show me that and really add a lot of positivity into my life in order to make it worth disturbing my peace. I know that I deserve to feel valued. I deserve to feel loved and desired and not like resented for just being myself and for like the successes that I achieve. And like, I don't want to feel like I need to make myself smaller in order to like make somebody else like me more or feel better about themselves. Like I don't know. I want someone who really truly loves and appreciates me exactly as I am and wants the same things as me. And until I can find that, I am not going to settle, because I'm just not even interested in being in a relationship. I don't know, it's funny, like not even being younger, I mean, even really up until like this past year, I guess, we all have like a family member or family friend that we know, right, that like always was single. They were never married, never had kids, or maybe they were married at some point, but like, you know, they live alone, they're single, they're just doing life by themselves. And I used to look at those people, especially the people who have like never been in a serious relationship, and I would be like, what's wrong with them? You know, like, what a weirdo. They must be so like unhappy. My perspective has changed so much. Now I'm like, oh wait, I get it. I get it. And that life seems so wonderful and peaceful to me now and fulfilling. It's just funny how your perspective can change. I'm at a place in my life, and I've said this before, where I am just so happy, truly so happy with where I'm at. Everything that I've ever wanted and envisioned for myself, I have achieved, and I'm living in it now, and it feels amazing. And, you know, a few months ago, I was like, okay, I'm here, I'm in this place, I should be super happy, my life's great, I love it. But why is my confidence at like an all-time low? Why do I not feel good about myself? Why do I not feel like proud of all of these things that I am accomplishing? Now I'm working on that. I'm getting my confidence back, and I have so many exciting things to look forward to. Like, I'm really looking forward to, you know, doing more house projects, looking forward to the summer, having friends and family come stay with me, and I have some vacations and little trips that are coming up. Honestly, I feel like the best summers that I've had in recent times were like the 2 summers when I first moved down here when I was single. So, and I'm feeling like kind of, you know, back in that place in a way mentally, because my last 2 summers were very depressing. And it's funny because I would get comments all the time. Like when he first moved down here, I was constantly on every video pretty much getting comments like, you look so happy. Oh, I'm so happy for you. You're glowing. You look amazing. Oh, I'm so, and I don't know, I guess I was never being fake or lying about anything, but I just obviously wasn't going to show myself like right after I just finished crying or like right after an argument or something. You guys are really only seeing like 10% of my actual life, and I'm only going to turn the camera on when I feel ready to do so. You just never really know what's truly going on in someone's life behind the scenes. I was really, really, really deeply unhappy and sad and confused and stressed and having a lot of self-doubt and questioning things for like the past year at least. So yeah, it's just a reminder, you know, don't compare yourself to what you see on social media or even just what you see, you know, in real life, because you aren't following that person home. You don't know what's happening behind closed doors. But I'm good now, truly, like I really am. And I just wanted to finally just tell you guys, because I see the comments, I keep getting asked, you know, where is he? What's going on? Is he moving in? And every time I see a comment too that's like, I'm so happy for you and Benny and your boyfriend. And I'm like, so I just wanted to like officially put it out there just so you know what's going on. Yes, I am living alone again. And I'm excited for like the single girl content. But I have to go because I'm about to be late to Pilates. But I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, especially those of you who have been here for a long time and have been just doing life with me. I appreciate and love you so much. I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.